Feeding on the mysteries of this world, unraveling them into opportunity. But opportunity for whom?
Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the stream. It's been a while since we played some Warhammer. Excited to get back to it. So thank you all for tuning in. Hopefully my game doesn't just crash continually. It looks like it's already crashed a couple times this morning. And now it looks like everything is just stopped working. Sweet. As soon as I started the stream, it killed it. So, no clue if you can hear me or what you're seeing right now. But, why does it say I've been live for that long? Have I been live for that long? Yes, I have. Warhammer 3, are you there? Come on. Are you kidding me right now? Alright, 1 second, guys. We're booting it right back up. What are you talking about? Shut up, game. Just work. Yeah, and the title wasn't accurate at first. It always starts with some random ass title. Good to see you, by the way, Butcherbird. Also, does anybody have any idea how in the hell I am supposed to chat with people in game? I might just be being an idiot here, but I'm hitting Y, which was always the chat button, and nothing is coming up. And I don't see any buttons here for in-game chat. It's going well, man. It's been a hot minute. It was just taking a break from the game, letting the bugs sort themselves out at least a bit before we came back to streaming, so looking forward to getting into it. I need to play some battles, because I honestly haven't played a single multiplayer battle in Warhammer 3 as of yet, so we'll see. Oh, you haven't? Off subject, but how have you liked Elden Ring? I've loved it, Crazy TG. It has really lived up to the hype as far as I'm concerned. So if you're thinking of getting it, you got a hearty recommendation from me as far as I'm concerned. I think the game is absolutely wonderful. But I haven't played it since Monday because I've been busy as hell and hosting a tournament today. So maybe I'll get a chance to play it again tonight or something. So yeah, I really do like Elden Ring a lot. It is chef's kiss. As far as Dark Souls is concerned, I'm very pleased with its latest iteration and evolution. That open world aspect with the challenging combat of Dark Souls really pairs well together, so I've been enjoying it very much. So I guess better balance might be more worth it. Yeah. Honestly, I think people who wait till Immortal Empires and stuff are probably making a good decision. But yeah. We'll see how it goes. I do like how they switch this up where you have the faction and then you can just change the color scheme of them rather than having them be like sub-factions with different units. Prefer that. Hey, Mixa. It's been a buggy raid so far. Oh, thank you so much for the raid, my friend. It's been buggy, though. All right, Korn versus Teench for the first game. Are you kidding me, game? Can I not, like, click on another window without this stupid game crashing? Ugh. Alright, I guess I just can't click out of my screen ever. Otherwise the game will crash, which is fucking infuriating. My apologies in advance if the first stream of the tournament is just a buggy mess, but in my defense, there's not much I can do about that. I'm so angry. They better not be in game right now. Okay, there we go. Spectate. 1, 2, 3. But thank you very much for the raid, my friend. I am sorry I can't. I wanted to go look and see who raided me, but it's probably going to crash the game if I do. So, thank you. God damn it. Alright, let me turn off my camera and everything, so just in case we get into the battle. I am fucking... Ugh! Oh, it's been a buggy ride so far. Gotcha, Mixa. No worries at all. Buggy ride. I see what you're saying. I just saw that more people joined the stream, so I figured I missed a raid. Actually, right, wrong. So what are the community thoughts? Much more like entrenched style of warfare, other than the more open warfare for Total War Warhammer 3. What do you mean by that, crazy TG? Sorry, I'm a bit... don't think I'm following. I'm running a little slow this morning. You already took a break from the game, yeah. So far, I'm just wishing they would have held off a little bit longer. Here... Damn, that sucks, man. The new garrison entrenched mechanic. Oh, I see what you're saying. For campaign. I get what you're saying. Yeah, I'm sure there's mixed feelings on that. I don't play much campaign, so I can't really say my honest opinions. I mean, I like choke point battles and city battles, but for Warhammer, I don't really know that's as good of a translation as it is for a historical game. But looks like we're getting into it now, folks. First game of Warhammer 3. Hey, Dr. Payne, good to see you. Good to see you. All right, let's go ahead and turn off this army blocker and get into the fight. So we got Khorne versus Sinch, RTK Volcanos versus Unequal Canoe. Sorry, there's no faction banners. I forgot to make new ones, and I need to make 8 new faction banners for the new game. So I'll get on that before next week. All right, ladies and gentlemen, per tradition, let's start with our blue player. I have no drawing tools because haven't gone into the game file and enabled those, but let's see what our Khorne player has here. We have Chaos Warriors of Khorne. Looks like 1, 2, 3 of them, and I got an extra 2 of them back here. One of them will have dual weapons, while the other is bringing halberds, so for that anti-large power. So good, healthy amount of infantry in this Khorne army. On the flanks, we're going to have Blood Crushers of Khorne, supported by some Fleshhounds of Khorne, with the Furies up in the air. And then on the left flank, we will have the same combination. We are also going to be looking at 2 Cultist of Khorne. They're also going to be, or they're going to be riding horses into battle. And these Cultist of Khorne are going to be bringing with them, what it is, Gate of Khorne summons unit of Bloodletters. So they're bringing their Bloodletter summons to get some sandwich actions going on. And then it does look like we have a Herald of Khorne down here on foot. He's going to be bringing with him the Hellblade for that passive damage boost after they get more than 80 kills. And that's going to round out the forces of Khorne. Now for the forces of Tzeentch, we are going to be seeing Forsaken and Tzeentch spawn making up that front line. 4 Forsaken, 3 Chaos spawn of Tzeentch. We're going to have ourselves some Doom Knights of Tzeentch up here on their disc, along with an Exalted Lord of Change bringing the Lore of Tzeentch. He is going to be bringing Arcane Conduit, Fires of Change, and Prismatic Plurality. Now for the magic, blue Fires of Tzeentch, pink Fire of Tzeentch, and the Portal Glyph to summon some Chaos Furies. So here we go. Both armies going completely melee. Tzeentch not bringing any missile power to speak of, so interesting armies here to be sure. These guys have good weapon strength, but they don't have armor piercing, so I'm curious to see what this Tzeentch army does to try to carve through the heavy armor of Khorne. You can see all these guys 100 armor, and really nothing in this Tzeentch army has armor piercing. Over here, going to be seeing some Fires of Tzeentch going down on top of the Herald of Khorne. That Warp Flame is in effect, debuffing his armor and missile resistance. Over here, it looks like we have the Doom Riders of Tzeentch diving into combat against these halberds. And I'm not really sure about that decision, but it looks like they're pulling out again as soon as their shield wears out. That barrier mechanic requiring a good amount of micro to get the most out of it, but it looks like our Tzeentch player here doing a good job so far. Looks like Khorne is going to get unopposed charges up into the Chaos Spawn and Forsaken. And with those Blood Crushers in there, they are just smashing the Forsaken. Right now, Tzeentch, to me, not looking like is going to be in a very strong position here. But we do see over here the Doom Knights of Tzeentch getting some rear charges in there, but they are taking some damage. Over here, we've got the Chaos Furies up here in combat with them. I imagine the Disc Riders will have no problem killing off Chaos Furies with their crazy good weapon strength and defense stats. And just like that, all the Fury is going to be eliminated. But here comes a Bloodletter summon coming out from that Chaos Portal and going to be getting a beautiful rear charge, just sandwich everybody here. And then meanwhile on the back line, going to be seeing a summon of, is that Tzeentch Chaos Furies? All right. Hounds of Khorne coming around, getting some nice rear charges. It does look like Khorne is starting to take the lead here. Our blue player Valkanos has gotten the surrounds, has crushed the flanks, and is now just mopping up the rest of this. I think it's a matter of time before this game is going to Khorne. Speaking of Tzeentch, though, we do see that some Disc Riders, or never mind, those are Khorne Warriors. I keep on mixing it up. Blue makes me think of Tzeentch, and red makes me think of Khorne, so it's really confusing me that it's actually the reverse in this battle. Alright, Lord of Change getting down and dirty in the combat. Taking a higher level view to see what Tzeentch has left to try and regroup. They got some Doom Knights of Tzeentch You know, those disc riders. But they're pretty tattered at this point. And that goes for both units. Lord of Change is in here, but he's about to get sandwiched between all of the forces of Khorne. We got the cultist coming in, hitting him in the back, bringing that barrier down. Meanwhile, the remnants of the Tzeentch Chaos Spawn are getting surrounded and killed by the Khorne warriors. I'm glad I'm not the only one, Kirozen. The reverse colors is really screwing me up right now between Khorne and Tzeentch. Just a perfectly confusing combination of factions right here, since Khorne is so red and Tzeentch is so blue. Doesn't help too that the barrier shields are blue. So even though this is a red unit, it has a blue barrier shield to confuse me further. Alright, there it goes. Nice little breath attack coming in from the Lord of Change. He's flying around, continuing to try to pull something together. You can see the balance of power is still not crazy out of hand, but it is going against Tzeentch now. And now we have the halberds coming in. The Herald of Khorne, the Bloodthirsters, or Blood Crushers, sorry. And I think that Lord of Change is going to be stuck on the ground. Or not. Another nice hit there from the Herald of Khorne. Alright, seeing a unit of Chaos Furies summoned by the Lord of Change. We got the Disc Knights now diving into combat, pinning these things in place, but they are going down so quick. Oh wow, another big spell though going in on top of the Exalted, or the Herald of Khorne. I just don't think this Lord of Change will be able to kill off both of the cultists though, even if it does kill the Herald. It got very quiet all of a sudden. Does anybody notice that? Did it get really quiet for you too? There it is. I mean, he's got a lot of staying power, it seems. Alright, he has no units on the ground now, so he has to land or lose. And that's going to be it, I think. Menu. Alright. Concession there from Tzeentch. And Khorne will take the victory in round 1. So Valkanos going to be leading 1-0 after that first round of the best of 3. Some of these Blood Crushers getting a ton of value. I mean, really, this to me was going to be an uphill battle for Tzeentch as soon as the battle began, just on the drawing board. These halberds getting such good value. But as you can see, it's just this this army has 0 armor piercing, besides the Exalted Lord of Change, I think, has armor piercing. But other than that, it's going to be really hard to get any significant damage through to these Chaos Warrior infantry units and the Blood Crushers. Not to mention the heroes. I think the cult is pretty light on armor, but the Khorne probably has decent armor. So this army, I think that was its biggest weakness. Its lack of anti-large and its lack of armor piercing, I think, really hampered its efforts there. But Unequal Canoe, made some good plays there, especially with the Lord of Change and the Disc Riders, but just didn't work out in the end. So we'll see how round 2 goes between these two fine players. Alright, and here we are back into the battle lobby, and we will see what our players pick next. On that note, I am going to go to the bathroom really quick, so bear with us, and we'll get right back into the multiplayer action for Warhammer 3! You beautiful bastards. It's because you are beautiful, McWrightface. Good to see you, friend. And Mix, I'm happy to hear it's coming in April, but do you really think we'll get any bug patches before this? Or before then? I hope so, but I have my doubts. And here we go. The Bloodfen Vampire Forest is the map. Malkanos bringing Tzeentch this time, and Unequal Canoe bringing Miao Ying and Cathay. Alright, this is a cool looking map actually. I'm happy with this one. Okay, so starting with our red player this time. He is fighting for his life. We are going to be seeing, and I guess we'll go ahead and hide that foliage just for ease. Oh, screw it. We'll start with these guys. We got 2 Terracotta Sentinels ready to get into the fight. Down here in the forest, we are going to be seeing some Jade Warrior Crossbowmen and some regular Jade Warriors. It looks like 2 Jade Warriors, 2 Jade Warrior Crossbowmen, and 3 Iron Hail Gunners. These are the short-range kind of shotgun blast units. Up front, we are going to be looking at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 units of Peasant Spearmen. They're all ranked up to between 1 and 2 gold chevrons. And then Miao Ying herself will be here. She's going to be in here on the forest. She's got Regrowth, Wrath of the Storm, and Transformation of the Dragon, of course. But she also has Earthblood. So Earthblood and Regrowth, she's going for that healing to try to heal herself up as a dragon. She'll have to revert to human form to heal and then go back, but it is a possibility. Now, for the forces of Tzeentch, led by Valkanos on his match point, we are going to be seeing a front line consisting of Forsaken. Looks like we have 3 of them. We're going to have 4 blue horrors of Tzeentch behind them, and then in the rear, backing both of them up, we have the longer range pink horrors of Tzeentch. Up in the air, we are going to have 3 units of the Screamers of Tzeentch. These manta rays that float through the air. We have a single unit of Chaos Furies, a single unit of Doom Knights of Tzeentch, and then we're going to have a Cultist of Tzeentch down here on ground with Fireball and Kindle Flame. And then up here we have the Herald of Tzeentch, going to be bringing for the magic Locus of Conjuration, Chromatic Tome, and Blue Fires of Tzeentch with Infernal Gateway. As you can see, this entire army for Cathay does have both Yin and Yang in effect, boosting their leadership and melee defense. Alright, looks like Tzeentch is going for it. They're rushing in. Cathay's going to start opening fire, and we will see how they can do here. The barrier's going down pretty quick for those Forsaken. And I don't know if these guys are going to open fire. Their fire line may be blocked. Ooh, snap. Those guys are getting screwed by the Eye of Tzeentch. I really like the look of that spell, not gonna lie. Over here, Pink Horrors of Tzeentch coming in hot. Blue Horrors opening fire into the Peasant Long Spearmen as well. Terracotta Sentinels getting in there and doing some decent damage, though. The Forsaken are taking a pounding. The one in the center already routing. Over here, Doom Knights of Tzeentch diving into the back line to get on top of these archers. And we have Screamers of Tzeentch coming in as well, diving in to get on top of all these Cathay archers. Meanwhile, you just see pink and blue flames pouring into the Cathay lines. Those look like Tzeentch has done a good job of clearing off the backline firepower. And without that firepower, Cathay is losing the main killing force of its army. It still has the Terracotta Sentinels, but these guys will get shot to pieces. There's still plenty of pink and blue hordes left on the field, so not going to be a good time for Cathay here unless they can pick off some key Tzeentch units in the next minute. Jade Warriors in combat, doing some good damage actually. Well, actually no, I lied there. They're knocking out the barriers, but they haven't done any damage yet. I'll have to get used to this. Over here we do see some kind of spell, or at least I thought a spell. Yep, there it is. Oh no! Miao Ying has transformed into the Storm Dragon! Ooh, wow. Lots of fire coming in there. There's a fireball, some pink fire of Tzeentch, I believe. And you got to keep in mind that the pink fire of Tzeentch adds fire weakness, and so does Kindle Flame. So, even as a dragon, you'll have to be careful with that stuff. Sarwin's eye when he goes out disco dancing. That's a good way of describing that. Yeah, over here you can just see Cathay has its single entities left, but nothing else. And you need things to support your single entities. Otherwise, I think it's going to be pretty similar to last game where Valkanos is just going to inevitably surround and drag down these last remaining units from his opponent's armies. Unequal Cano putting up some good fights here, but I do think Valkanos' status as a veteran player really showing here, so maybe Unequal Canoe just not quite as experienced as Valkanos in multiplayer, which is nothing to be ashamed of. He's a great player. I wouldn't mind losing to him. Something coming down here. Right on top of the Terracotta Sentinel. Alright, I'm guessing she's throwing down a regrowth on top of the Terracotta Sentinel. Yep, there it goes. And Miao Ying is no chump. As you can see here, even in foot combat, with the 55 melee defense, she's hanging in there okay. That 70 armor isn't anything to scoff at either. Earthblood going down on top of Miao Ying and the Sentinel. Alright, the Screamers have come into combat. Keep in mind, these guys have armor piercing and a bonus versus large. So the Screamer is actually pretty good at going after the Terracotta Sentinel. That bonus versus large is 25. So that really does make them a threat to these larger units, especially with that speed. Terracotta Sentinel is not going to be able to outrun them. And we will see what happens from here. But right now it's 2 Terracotta Sentinels and Miao Ying versus the remaining forces of Tzeentch. does have some pretty cool attack animations. Alright, as you can see, Miao Ying and the other Sentinel look like they're all trying to regroup at this point. And Scene's just continuing to pepper these Sentinels with magic missiles from every direction. Here goes that regrowth, though. And that's something to keep in mind is Miao Ying with the heals. She's only used 2 regrowths so far, so this one is upgraded, so that is going to be a bit more expensive. But I think she has at least another 2 regrowths in her back pocket. I do like the targeting of this pink core of Siege. It has good ammunition left, so makes sense to be targeting that. But the Screamers are just going to pin them in place now. They can't keep on trying to run away from them, and now we're going to be seeing them just going in full tilt trying to take out these Screamers. There goes an Earthblood upgraded on top of everybody here in this blob. And Miao Ying and the Terracotta Sentinels hanging in there with their propeller blade attack. Miao Ying going back into dragon form now. And yeah, they're taking care of those Screamers of Siege really quickly once they actually turned around to face them. Over here, Doom Knights of Siege sitting up here on their disc, patiently waiting for the opportunity to strike. More and more magic missiles just coming in and smashing the Terracotta Sentinels. Miao Ying up in the air, and she could be in trouble. She doesn't want to fight against a bunch of Chaos Knights in the air unsupported, I don't think. So we'll have to see what they do. There she is, trying to land now. Okay, so there's 1 unit of Jade Warriors hidden way back there. They won't make a difference in the fight, but they'll help with the balance of power at least ever so slightly. Over here, Miao Ying, as the dragon, was able to catch the pink horrors. The Doom Knights of Siege are staying on top of this Terracotta Sentinel now, though. And there's some Forsaken coming in here to support. Disc Knights of Siege starting to take some serious damage here. These Terracotta Sentinels with their 600 weapon strength, and Miao Ying up at, what is her weapon strength, this dragon? 580. So they are no jokes. These 2 units doing a ton of damage. Alright, another blue horror coming in here. Siege doing a great job just sending in their units piecemeal here. Not committing everything at once for a potential terror route. Well, I guess Forsaken are immune to psychology and blue horrors are demonic, so they don't need to worry about terror, so I take that back. But, oh man. This pink horrors of Siege continue to just lay down the damage. But you have to think, maybe, well, no, Siege should have great access to Winds of Magic, but they've been using a lot of magic. A lot of fireballs, a lot of pink flames of Siege. Not sure how much more they have to continue sniping these units down. Alright, Disc Riders of Siege going in with the Screamers. Blue Horrors on the other side, pinning things in place, dispersing the damage, spreading it out. Look at these guys moving in harmony. Alright, Miao Ying has gone back into human form, I believe. And now we'll probably be seeing a heal or a regrowth, but I think it's going to be too little too late, as one of these Terracotta Sentinels looks like they're just going down for the count right now. Good to be back, AC Maiden. Welcome to the stream, my friend. I mean, I'm surprised this hasn't ended yet. I guess these guys are unbreakable, so it makes sense that they'll just sit there till the bitter end. But Miao Ying also made of tough stuff, apparently, as it is currently 3 versus 745. How much HP does this guy have? 1831. Here comes another missile attack from Sinch. Alright, one sentinel. Oh no, just kidding. I thought he went down there. Alright, going back into dragon form. Sinch is almost out of ammunition. This guy's still at 989. I'm going to try out Domination Tournaments 2 Source Blood. Just going to be switching it up here and there. Alright, Screamer's going in for the Terracotta Sentinel. It's taking some damage, but then it just doesn't seem to take any damage after the charge from him. The attack animations of these Terracotta Sentinels are quite wide and sweeping. They seem to do a lot of damage to a lot of targets. Yeah, they're having a very difficult time taking down these Sentinels. There goes one, though. One Terracotta Sentinel has gone down for the count. Other one's still hanging in there. Meanwhile, up here, we got Miao Ying getting chased by the Doom Knights, as well as the... what is his name? The Herald of Sinch. And now we have the Chaos Furies coming in as well. Alrighty, there it is. Balance of power slipping out of control. Sinch going to get a Pyrrhic victory and a 2-0 victory to Valkanos. Some really good value on the Herald of Sinch. Dis Knights getting some good damage too. I know they're called Doom Knights, but I'm just going to call them Dis Knights. It's official. Some good damage on these pink horrors too. The Cathay army pretty much got bulldozed there, with the exception of these 3 units who all got pretty good damage and good kill count. But those were the only things that held together in that battle. So, GG, well played. Let's go see if we can find another match. What's up, Romulan? Thank you so much for the resubscription, by the way, McRightface. I'm sorry I missed that. But yeah, Warhammer tourneys are back on the menu. So Valkanos is up in the semifinal now, along with Bobman. They're on opposite sides of the bracket, so they won't be playing each other unless they both make it to the final. But Evenstar and Ice Power is going on, and AC Moore versus Kark. So some really good players potentially going to be in the final here. So Ice Power, Evenstar. Let's go see if that game has even started yet. And if not, we got AC Moore and Kark. Hey, thank you for the follow, Silly Pooty. I appreciate it. Silly Pooty, I would have to play a multiplayer a bit more in Warhammer 3 to say for sure, but in my mind, I think they needed some cavalry. They needed mobility there. They had all infantry and then 3 single entity monsters, if you count, you know, Miao Ying. So what I really would have liked to have seen is any type of mobility to support them there. If they would have had some of those, you know, just peasant horsemen, or, you know, even leveled them up to the Jade horsemen, then I think it would have gone a lot better, because you'd have something to chase down all of those missile units that are harassing the single entity. So that's the main point of feedback I'd have for that army, is you need some mobility to support your flanks and, you know, get to those places that need support, and probably 1 or 2 less missile units to protect and just focus more on the infantry aspect. So let's see. Right, Ice Power, Evenstar, where are you guys? Yeah, Pendulum is banned from these tournaments for the foreseeable future. And I know the Fruit rules have restrictions on Iron Blasters and Gorgers. Hey, Lindsay Schaefer. Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, shielded crossbows And the Longma Flying Cav, that's a good point. Like, against Sinch in particular, I feel like the Llama Flying Cav probably has a pretty good role to play, since they're such a flying-centric army. Cathay can wait for blues to be nerfed. I don't know. I don't think that's a winnable matchup, but I am speaking from a bit of ignorance on my part since I haven't played a ton of the game yet. Mobility and cannons do solve a lot of problems. Just ask Napoleon. Alright, just waiting for a spectator slot to be open, but also seeing that either Even Star or Ice Power are not in here. I don't know which one's in the game currently because I'm friends with both of them. Who would you guys say is the best faction in the game so far? That's open to everybody. I was asking which factions were the strongest Romulan. It looks like Ogres is consistent. Sinch. The shields are a bit overtuned. That's fair, Killeran. So Ogres and Sinch seem to be... We got 2 and 2 there. Considering the fruit rules nerf, probably Sinch. That's... Okay, so you think with the Gorgers restricted and the Iron Blasters, probably Sinch. Hey, Kark versus Moore. That's disappointing to hear that Sinch is a better tank faction than Nurgle. And we got a good match here. AC Moore versus Kark. I love both of these players. So everybody treat them right, and let's get ready for a cool battle. Strongest core, that way the faction is put together is already inherently strong. Then with some really good units, it's very strong. Sinch has strongest mechanics, silly shields. I like the idea of the shields, but maybe they do need to be toned down just a bit. Well, speaking of Nurgle, do we have Nurgle versus Khorne right here? It does look like that may be the case. Dude, once those races get added in, all bets are off. There's going to be so many different... Because what, we already had close to 20 by the time Game 2 was released. What do we have, like 15 or 16? So we had an extra 10 on that. We're going to have 20 plus factions to choose from. That's a lot of matchups to take into consideration. But I do predict some of the old game factions, I think, will be I don't know. I feel like they'll be more powerful than some of the factions that we're seeing here in Warhammer 3. But I may be wrong there. They do tend to overpower their newer factions compared to their older factions, but I can just see, you know, a Skaven, and then armies like that doing really well. Elves! Man, I do miss me some elves. Miss me some Skaven. I miss me some Beast, man. I miss all of our old factions. Vampire Coast, too. Dowie! Oh yeah, we all know you want them Thanquol, that Thanquol Lord action. Dankquol. Okay, Dankquol. All right, let's get back to it. Want to see Durthu and a Terracotta going mano a mano? Durthu better crush a Terracotta. Just tanking on a capture point. Disgusting. How'd they do Deepkin? Deepkin. What is Deepkin? Excuse me. Ooh, this is interesting. Nurgle versus Cathay. Oh, Deepkin from Age of Sigmar, gotcha. Yeah, that would be Age of Sigmar. No, it's all good, man. Don't think we're getting Steamhead Duradin either. Seriously, from what I hear, Nurgle's in the weakest spot, right? I can't see how they wouldn't be the weakest. Yeah, but he's playing against Cathay. I could see Nurgle being very good against Khorne because Khorne is so focused on, you know, melee, armor piercing, shock and awe tactics, but they don't have missile units or magic, so I think they would be, you know, have some disadvantages against Nurgle, which is also a very melee tanky faction, so... Here we go. And to be honest, they smell. Yeah, fair. Alright, blocker going down. Let's get to it. We have Kark versus AC Moore. Hopefully things smooth out a little bit. It looks like it's a bit choppy on the stream, so my apologies if it's not smooth for you. But starting with the army of Nurgle being led by Kark. We're going to have 5 units of Nurglings for that frontline infantry. Look at you little guys. And then we are going to be looking here at Forsaken of Nurgle. We've got 2 Beast of Nurgle. We've got 2 Cultist of Nurgle, each on a horse. These Cultists are going to be bringing Gate of Nurgle to summon some Plague Bears. Up in the air, we have quite the Air Force. It's going to be 3 Chaos Furies, and then 2 Rotflies, and then our leader will be a Herald of Nurgle on top of a Rotfly as well. He's going to be bringing the Heal, the Locus of Fecundity, Stream of Corruption, and Fleshy Abundance for that very big heal. So, Nurgle army coming in hot, and I have to say I'm a big fan of these bugs and their wing animations. So, we'll see how they do in the battle here. Now, for our red player, we've got Cathay. Looks like we're going to have 2 units of Grand Cannons, 8 cannons in total. We're also going to be down here looking at an infantry formation, very defensive as you can see. We got Jade Warriors for the front line, 5 of them. We got some peasant long spears, 3 in the back line. We are also going to be looking at a couple of halberds, unless I'm mistaken. We have 1 and 2 of these Celestial Dragon Guards. Now, protecting the missile units in the center, we are going to have, Peasant Archers. Looks like 1, 2, 3, and 4 of those Peasant Archers for the missile firepower. And then we are going to be looking at Zhao Ming. He is going to be coming in with Plague of Rust, Transformation of the Dragon, Dragon's Breath, and that's going to be it. Damn, those cannons look really cool. Oh, wow, those Jade Warriors, that breath attack just destroyed them. Oh my goodness gracious. Oh man, I really like the sound and look of these new Cathay cannons. Doing some cool, good sound effects, satisfying. Alright, Nurgle pushing forward, the cannons just going to town on top of the Beast of Nurgle. Alright, Chaos Fury is coming in. The Beast of Nurgle is taking a ton of damage, but if it gets one of those heals on it, it will be okay. But it is unstable right now. It is going to be going out of existence in just a moment unless Kark can heal it, but I don't know if he's going to. Alright. Nurgle is closing in. The Air Force in the back lines is shutting a lot of things down. The cannons are still firing away, though, as they are in guard mode. Over here, it looks like we have the Plague Bearers summons coming in. Yep, there they go. Plague Bears into the back lines, and that's going to be quite a mess for Cathay. The cannons getting shut down for good. One of them is shattered, and now Nurgle has struck the heart of the Cathayan army, and the rot is coming inside out. Checking out the frontline battles, you can see the Jade Warriors doing pretty well for themselves across the frontline engagements, but Nurgle has just kind of bypassed them, pushed right through this gap here in the line, and has just gotten on top of all of the juicy missile units in the back. Over here, Zhao Ming transforming into a dragon and coming up to fight the air battle, but I think that was a mistake. You don't want to be in the air with a bunch of Chaos Furies and Rot Flies when there's nothing up in the air to support you. We don't need no stinking battle lines. Yeah, Nurgle right now looking pretty strong. The Plague Bearers are timing out though, so that will take away some of their lead in the balance of power in just a moment. Alright, Nurgle's starting to run out of steam. You can see now their Lord is on the ground, pinned in place. He's going to get killed right now, it would seem. And then the two Chaos Cultists just sitting there in the back line. So after an initially strong push from Nurgle, looks like Cathay going to come back into a dominant position here in the mid game. And you can see just the Nurglings not trading well against the Jade Warriors. The Jade Warriors definitely going to outclass them. And now you have all of the Cathayan infantry pushing over here to help support. Oh wow, these Celestial Dragon Guard are doing really well for themselves. Cannon's getting some good damage before they went down. I think the Jade Warriors are a good pick here. I don't know, I just see this being a tough matchup for Nurgle, personally. Because the mid-tier infantry for Cathay will trade well against a lot of Nurgle stuff. They definitely have the firepower to drag Nurgle down. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like Cathay and Siege are probably the hardest ones for Nurgle. And also, I want to apologize because it wasn't 0-0 right there. We missed the first round. AC Moore actually just won that 2-0. So if we're going back here, I'm going to see AC Moore and Bob Man is our first semifinal of the day. Okay, sorry, just looking at some admin drama. go. All right, sorry guys, I was getting distracted with admin stuff. Just a reminder to everybody: be respectful, be kind to each other. I know tempers run high no matter what, but I really don't have time or patience to mediate conflict anymore. So it's probably going to be something I'm not really taking too much effort in helping resolve moving forward. Everybody's big boys and girls; they can figure it out themselves. Hey Jay Phoenix, good to see you. Watching from America today. Very nice. Okay, so looks like we have Ice Power versus Valkanos, and then we have Bobman versus AC Moore, and those are the semifinals today. I'm friends with Bobman, right? right, good luck, have fun to our 2 players. Update that scoreboard to 0-0. And then we got RTK, Bobman. And then we got AC Moore, which is already correct. So, will be round 1 of their best of 3 semifinal. Are we going to have Sinch versus Cathay? Because this is an interesting one to me. Also, where's the Kislev players, huh? No Kislev? No Slanesh? What's going on here? No Ogre Kingdoms? I'm actually surprised to see so much Cathay. I think they're an awesome faction, but I think in multiplayer it's a very defensive faction, and usually the defensive factions aren't as popular, so I'm kind of interested to see how many people end up playing Cathay, because we've seen them every round so far. You had to go to Sana, otherwise you'd have played Kislev with Bear Chariots. Hell yeah, Migsa. Kislev's my favorite so far, and the Bear Chariots definitely a part of that. But yeah, I just like their play style. I like all the hybrid missile infantry, and their cab is awesome too. So yeah, Saints versus Cathay, the two ranged factions, the two most powerful ranged factions of the game. But from what everybody says, Saints is the toughest. So we'll see how Cathay does here. Oh, excuse me. Yeah, the bears are dope. Are you talking about the hero bears like you can ride on, or are you talking about the unit of bear cav? So they're awesome too. Excuse me. Seems like this is the battle map everybody is picking. So we have to figure out the new maps and make a new multiplayer pool, because I was dumb and I thought they ported over all the original maps like normal humans, but no, it's all brand new maps, so we'll have to go through and take a look. Better in land battles than Domination? Yeah, I'm sure they are better in land battles than Domination, because in Domination, virtue of the game, you have to be rushing around trying to capture points, and Cathay is definitely a defensive faction, and this whole yin and yang mechanic is about them staying close to each other in relatively tight formations. But enough jibber jabber, let's go cover our blue army. We have the forces of Tzeentch under the control of RTK Bobman. And speaking of blue player, we will have blue horrors up front. It looks like 5 of these blue horrors. Also going to be taking a look at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Forsaken of Tzeentch. So very heavy infantry army here. But then we do have the 2 pink horrors with the blue horrors to throw down all of that firepower. Quite literal firepower at that. And then we are going to be looking at the right flank to see Chaos Spawn of Tzeentch and some Flamers. Oh, I'm excited to see how these guys do. They do boohoo damage, but they are about as fragile as a Kleenex. Over here, we have an Exalted Lord of Change flying around, a big bird himself. He has the Lore of Metal. We're going to have Plague of Rust and Final Transmutation, along with that Portal Glyph to summon some Chaos Furies. Now, for our red player, we have Grand Cathay. Going to be looking at a front line of Jade Warriors. Looks like we're going to have 1, 2, 3, and then 1 on either flank, bringing it to a total of 5. In the back lines, we're going to have Peasant Spearmen. Looks like 1, 2, 3 of them. And we're also going to be, and make that 5 Peasant Spearmen. I lied, 3 in the back and 2 right here. Then we're going to have 3 Celestial Dragon Guard, which I love to see, shielded elite halberd infantry. We're going to have Jade Warriors, crossbowmen with shields, looks like 3 of them. And then we're going to have 3 Peasant Archers. So very hefty ranged army. I like this army against Tzeentch, to be honest. Once again, my biggest complaint is I do not see any mobility, but we will see if that comes to bite him in the ass or not. Just always want to see some mobility here to try and chase down some of these missile units, those Flamers of Tzeentch in particular. Virtual Magi, good to see you. Get a closer look at some of these Cathayan units. What do we got here? The Celestial Dragon Guard. Oh no, those are Peasant Spearmen. Sorry, I didn't mean to insult you, Celestial Dragon Guard. You do look much sexier than the Spearmen. Alright. Cathayan formation is a bit tightly packed. I would like to see him space out maybe just a little bit. Peasant Bowman. Alright, in comes all the firepower from Tzeentch. Pink Horrors. And everything targeting the Peasant Bowman and the Crossbowmen. We will see who can come out on top there. They are getting through their shields relatively quickly. So, one of the Blue Horrors looking like they may go down quite expeditiously. Over here, Pink Horrors pushing to flank with the Forsaken. I don't know why they're charging. They definitely want to hold still because they get that charge reflection when they do, if I'm not mistaken. And over here, Blue Horrors continuing to just pour in that firepower. And it's painful to see. I mean, it's just, yeah, the Blue Horrors and the Pink Horrors, that fireball is so much damage. Alright, over here, Jade Warriors pushing out into combat against Forsaken. Chaos Spawn are coming in to help. Got Peasant Spearmen coming up behind. Chaos Fury is getting smashed pretty hard by Celestial Dragon Guard and the Dragon-Blooded what is it? Shugengan? Okay, I won't try to say that for a while. Exalted Lord of Change, though, diving into combat in the backline, feeling pretty confident about himself. And Halberd's turning to charge into him, but the thing is, there's no mobility to hold him in place, no mass to hold him in place, so he's gonna be just fine, I think. Over here, we are going to see that the Peasant Bowmen are beginning to rout. The Jade Warriors with shields, the crossbowmen, are faring a lot better, but it does look like Tzeentch is just coming out on top in the skirmish engagement here. They're just getting more damage output. And these tightly packed missile formations, just perfect target. And this is where the cavalry, I think, is very much needed. Alright, Ancestral Warriors getting summoned here. Coming out into combat, we got some bluish tinged Ancestral Warriors. Looking pretty cool, actually. Alright, looks like we have the Celestial Dragon Guard pushing hard on this flank now. And those guys will have enough power to kill off these units if they can close the gap, but my big concern here is we see the Flamers coming in a flanking maneuver, looking like they're going to be trying to shoot into the halberds down the line from the left flank, and if they can do that, it's going to be bad news bears. Oh my goodness. What in the world was that? That was quite a vicious spell from the spellcaster here. What is the name of that thing again? Need to go check. Oh, it was Missile Mirror? Was that it? He threw down a Missile Mirror on top of him? Oh my god, yeah. That's why it looked like a flamer attack. He threw down Missile Mirror and the flamers burned themselves alive. That's awesome. Okay, that's a cool spell. That's the kind of spell I want to see more in the game. Missile Mirror. Those flamers are like, alright, let's kill them. And just blew themselves up. That is so damn cool. Alright, that got me excited. That was one of the first thing in today's tournament that gave me that little spark of, ooh, yeah, Warhammer. Imagine that on a Illuminarch. That'd be hilarious. But no, that was a really cool use of magic there. Those flamers just getting absolutely deleted by themselves. So, checking in on other sides of the battle here. It does look like Cathea is starting to stabilize. You can see their infantry starting to wear down Tzeentch. The Jade Warriors and especially the Celestial Dragon Guard are just quite tanky with those shields. And, you know, looks like Cathea may have a chance. Yeah, I don't want to count any chickens before they hatch, but, you know, Cathea is starting to pull themselves together, I think. Chaos Spawn charging in. They don't have a ton of great targets, though. They are going after the Jade Warrior Crossbowmen, though. That's a good target. But there are Celestial Dragon Guard nearby to support. And taking a higher level view of the battlefield, you know, Cathea beginning to regroup. Tzeentch. Oh, what are you doing? There's this unit that can just charge right in and cut off the Pink Horror's avenue of escape. That was a bit of a mistake there, a lost opportunity to be sure, and now they're going to get shot in the back as a result of it. Will that be enough time, though, for the other unit of Peasant Longspears to catch up with these Pink Horrors? Looks like they are going to get in combat with them now, so we'll see if the Pink Horrors get bogged down there, but for now they're going to continue focusing on top of these Jade Warriors who are taking quite a lot of damage. Meanwhile, though, Cathea continues to regroup and Tzeentch continues to spread out. We do have some Forsaken of Tzeentch over here who are very healthy, and that's a big deal, actually. Having these Forsaken on the battlefield will be very nice to clean up all these lightly armored units. The Celestial Dragon Guard going to be the only unit they really need to be concerned about, I think. And Chaos Spawn are dead, though. Blue Horrors going down, or Forsaken of Tzeentch over here, low on health. Back here, Pink Horrors of Tzeentch in combat with the Peasant's Long Spearmen. I have a feeling they may be able to win that one, but this is an interesting fight to be sure. Terror Route kicking in. Forsaken able to regroup with some of these Pink Horrors. Lord of Change going to be the main thing holding his army together at this point. I'd like to see Cathea like seriously just regroup and start maybe sitting on their crossbowmen, but do they have any? Yeah, they have some ammunition left, so yeah, regrouping, leaning back on top of the crossbowmen to get the damage done that they need, and trying to eliminate any isolated units they may be able to catch. Over here, these Forsaken, I'm sure they've seen them at some point, but now they are hiding. It'd be great if Cathea would be able to come over here and remove them while they're isolated, but easier said than done, and this battle is still dead even. Very, very close fight. Yeah, it's a pretty short duration for the Missile Mirror, I do believe. It would be a bit overpowered, I suppose, if it lasted too long. 18 seconds, so it's still a decent duration, but man, that That was hilarious. Because I could see, like, that's going to be a... It's going to require some skill to use Missile Mirror. I think it's going to require, you know, trying to bait your players with a juicy target for a missile unit, so they kind of, like, forget what may happen. And then if you get a Missile Mirror down there on top of some of those, especially Flamers, that Missile Mirror netted so much value on that one cast. So over here, Forsaken coming out, revealing their hiding space, but Celestial Dragon Guard pushing into the backline with some Jade Warriors to counter them, and the two of them together should be more than enough to counteract it. Still have 3 of the Celestial Dragon Guards, so all 3 of them are here. Only one of them is above half health, though. And this Lord of Change is going to be the biggest problem for Cathay right now, because he causes terror, and with those terror routes, he should be able to have a good chance at winning it here. But when you look at the gold damage value, these players neck and neck. Cathay leading slightly. Oh, Missile Mirror. Yep, Missile Mirror going down. And they're still firing. Yeah, Missile Mirror's fucking dope. Yeah, melting themselves, but then these pink horrors also just melted themselves. So Cathay, those Missile Mirrors really doing so much for them so far in this battle. Alright, and now the forces have come to grips. Halberds up in the front line. Got the Dragon-Blooded Lord coming up front to help out as well. And it does look like we're going to have some Ancestral Warriors getting summoned once again. So, second and I believe final use of Ancestral Warrior summon. And now they're coming in for a sandwich. So they're going to surround Sinch here. Oh, Lord of Change doing a devastating cast there. Oh my god! Doing so much damage. But he has nothing to support him at this point. It's just going to be the Lord of Change all by his lonesome. That was just disgusting. But the Celestial Loyalists have won the day, everybody. Want to see magic? I'll show you magic. Did that just do 0 damage? No way. That did a ton of damage, I think. Or maybe I'm mistaken, but it looked like it was doing damage. I'll have to watch the replay maybe. But very good battle. I really enjoyed that fight. It was very close. Both players, as you saw in the gold damage value, just really taking it to each other. But I like this Celestial Dragon Guard core with the crossbowmen and then just the Jade Warriors. Really nice army against Sinch. Like I said earlier, though, I do stand by my assessment that they really needed to have some mobility in there. I think it would have made it much better. But a very good game. That was the best game today by far, if I'm speaking honestly. So, very fun fight. Thank you to both of those players for putting it on for us. And right now, updating the scoreboard, we have Cathay defeating Sinch, and we are going to round 2. That was a really cool battle. Are you talking about that big magic thing did 0 damage value? Well, if it did nothing, at least it looked really cool, right? Is that a consolation of some sort? All right, be right back, folks. And it looks like we're going to have our first Kislev game of the day. Please, God, let it be so. Alrighty, and we're back. Is it Kislev versus Korn? This game haven't chatting, have many boring, and many double, have many resist fizz. Chat is silly? Yeah, why is there no chat in here? So it's confirmed there's no chat in lobby? Like, why? Yeah, I mean, in my honest opinion, I'm pretty underwhelmed with the Warhammer 3 release. I think they should have waited a few more months, polished it up. But chili putty. You silly. Safety features in the chat. Yeah, I'm trying to think what are safety features. Don't they already block out curse words and slurs and things? I mean, it's just like it's not that hard to just exit a chat in the lobby if somebody's being a jerk. Don't know why they need a safety feature for that. This is my old man curmudgeon-y side speaking. Tomorrow I'll be back on the other side. Alright, we finally got Kislev, led by Bobman, and Korn by AC Moore, and thank God Korn is on the red side, and Kislev is on the blue side. To disable the I win the battle command, Pink Pony Knight, are you messing with me, or is that a real thing? Yeah, poop and puke everywhere. Alright, let's go ahead and take care of this army blocker. Get into the game. As we can see, got Kislev versus Korn. Got ourselves some Sarsgaard with great swords, 3 bear chariots, the light version, and 4 of these armored Hussars with their shields, pistols, and axes. Just messing around, got it. You see, it doesn't say too much about CA when I have to ask you if you're joking about something like that. Alright, let's get to it. Starting with our red player, Korn, led by AC Moore. He is on match point. Gonna have 2 Chaos Furies. Looks like 2 Blood Crushers. We're also going to be looking at a healthy number of infantry. I think 3 Chaos Warriors of Korn, 2 of them with halberds. And then we're going to have a unit of Flesh Hounds. Make that 2 units of Flesh Hounds. Got the double Cultist of Korn. Both of them, imagine, going to have their summon ability and nothing else. And then for our Herald of Korn, he's going to be on top of a Blood Crusher mount. He is going to be bringing the Locust of Wrath, along with Foe Seeker. He's got Hell's Blade and Revel in Slaughter. So that's going to round out this Korn army, and they're going up against a pretty small, hefty Kislev army. As we mentioned earlier, we have these bear chariots. Looks like with the light war sleds, so 3 of them up front. We're going to have a Patriarch on a bear. He's going to be bringing Tor's Battle Hymn, Salyak's Lullaby, and Ursun's Roar. We got Boris Ursus coming into the fight with the Shard Blade. He's got Stand Your Ground and Fury of Ursun. He's going to also be bringing an Ice Maiden of Tempest. I do like the lore of Tempest more than the lore of Ice, personally. So we'll see what spell she has. She has Blizzard and Hailstorm, so very offensive focus. The double Zar Guard with great weapons, and then the 4 armored Kossars. Bear Wagons have pushed forward and are going to be firing away at Khorne's forces as they push forward. We have Flesh Hounds coming in, though, so it does look like they're going to turn around and start to hustle away before they can close the distance. Hammerfall, thank you so much for the follow. Hope you're enjoying the stream. I do appreciate the support. Looks like we are getting a little bit of stuttering here, so my apologies to the viewers. Oh, the Bear Chariot's going to countercharge the Wolves, and they're going to turn around and run, actually. Bear Chariots ain't messing around. Good weapon strength, decent armor, and some decent speed at that, 75 speed. Nothing to complain about. Keeps them ahead of most, heavy cavalry in the game. And you can see they're just poking away, chipping away, doing a little bit of damage here and there, and Forces of Chaos are just kind of taking it on the chin, but they are keeping their shielded units out front, which I do like to see. But you can see the Bears are actually shooting at the halberds behind the shields, so both players playing this quite smart. I would like to see Kislev maybe, I don't know what they're trying to do here. Yeah, it looks like they're just going to kite back to their army, and then they're going to go ahead and push forward from there. Looks like the Zarguard is coming out front to take the places of the armored Kossars, and the Bears are going to be around up front too to continue skirmishing, and I imagine they'll be used to charge into the Khorne infantry, but we will see. So far, Kislev playing this very smart, very patient. Alright, Chaos Warriors of Khorne coming in to get into the fight with these armored Kossars. They do have a downhill charge as well, and didn't get a counter charge. Alright, and then here comes the Zarguard going right into the halberds. Boris, the Patriarch, coming out to play with the Healthist of Khorne, as well as the Herald. Bloodletters getting summoned onto the field, and the Bears are pushing forward to support the Zarguard. And you can see Chaos Infantry taking a lot of damage so far. Over here, though, Boris does appear to be kind of stuck in combat. He does have Fury of Urson, Standard Ground, everything pops, so his stats are through the roof. We have Fleshhounds and Furies coming in for the rear charge now. Alright, Solyax Lullaby going down to heal everybody in this area of effect. The Bear Chariot's getting healed up there. And that's going to be RTK Bobman conceding defeat there. I think, I don't know, maybe he, because, I mean, I did see the Furies and the Fleshhounds hitting in from behind, and I think at that point maybe he just made the determination that he wasn't going to be able to extract from that engagement. But, I don't know, it didn't look like he conceded. It looks like he just left, so I don't know, maybe he dropped? I'm going to check Discord to see, but I could see that being a concession, although I would say it was premature. Alright, and Ice Power and Volcanos, if you're listening. I don't know if you started your games or not, but please go ahead and get in lobby if you aren't already. All right, he did confirm that was a concession. So GG, well played to both of those players. Fuck, there goes the game crashing again. So I guess it was about time. We had a good run. And task you. I can't tell if they're in a game right now, maybe, and that's why they're not replying to me. Ah, damn it, I did it again. All right, never mind. They just finished their battle. So we're going right to the final. All right, Ice Power versus AC Moore. Looks like that's going to be the way it's going. Dude, fuck this. Like, just keeps on doing that anytime I like go to OBS and back to the game. It's really frustrating. Spectator slot. And we found it at long last. All right, be right back. Alrighty. Ogre Kingdoms versus Kislev, eh? Or, I don't know. What's going on here? All right, I was just confirming that they were doing faction picks, and they did confirm yes. And I really miss in-game chat. It's pretty much as simple as that. I don't know. I think we'll see in a second. I'm not sure if this is confirmed mirror match. Because AC Moore was the bottom bracket, so he would have had second pick. So I'm not sure if this is his counter pick. And then Ice Power is going to be choosing from the two factions he initially picked. Because it's pick 2, ban 0. Oh, man, I really hate not having in-game chat right now. Makes it difficult to keep track of what the players are doing. Yeah, right. Oh my goodness, I think we do have an Ogre Kingdom mirror match. This is going to be bananas. No idea what this is going to be like. Oh yeah, they will. more is ready. Ice power should be ready soon. Don't you fucking dare, you stupid piece of shit. Fuck this. I am... CA, fix your fucking game. It shouldn't crash anytime you click out of the screen. Go back there and the battle's gonna be started and I'm gonna fucking be so goddamn pissed. 1, 2, 3, just please don't start the battle. No, I don't have it in windowed mode. I can go put it in windowed mode later, but I don't like it in windowed mode because it usually means the frame rate isn't as good. You moved over to windowed mode and it's never crashed? Okay. Then I'll have to do that. But yeah, whenever I benchmark, I've always had better frame rates by like, you know, maybe 5 or 10 if I'm not in windowed mode. Nice. Okay, cool. Come on, guys. Let's go, Ice. All right, here we go. All right. Ogre Kingdom Mirror match, ladies and gents. Who's going to come out on top? Starting with our blue player, Pineapple Mama, aka Ice Power. Got Scrag the Slaughterer. He's going to be bringing Troll Guts and extra ingredients. He's also got the other stuff here. Blood Gruel and Cauldron of the Great Maw. Behind him, we're going to be seeing some Man-Eaters. We also have the Iron Blaster. Big old siege cannon. And then for the remainder of the army, we're going to have Ogre Bulls. Looks like 3 of them. We got 3 of the lion things. They're the Saber Tusk. Yeah, Saber Tusk pack. We're going to have 2 Gorgers up in front. And then we will have a healthy number of Noblars and Noblar Trappers. So 5 Noblars, 4 Noblar Trappers. And, or no, it's 4 and 4. I lied. So 4 and 4 for the Noblars. Now for our red player, we're also going to have the Iron Blaster. We're going to have Scrag the Slaughterer with much the same loadout, if not exactly the same. Let's see. Blood Gorger and Control Guts. Yeah. We're going to have 3 units of Lead Belchers. It's going to have 2 Ogre Bulls, 5 Noblars, a Noblar Trapper on the left flank with a Gorger. And then here in the back lines, we're also going to have a Maneater with great weapons, a Gorger with some Noblars, Trappers, and that's going to round out the army. So let's go ahead and hide this foliage and get to the battle.
The slaughterer will not rest until all the meat is chopped.
So firepower advantage definitely going to be over here with our red player, AC Moore. With those lead belchers, no doubt, but we'll see what happens. Here it goes, opening fire. The hill's blocking some of the shots. The Night Fiend, thank you very much for the follow, my friend. Here the lead belchers continue to open fire. Trying to see what they're targeting this time. It looks like hitting some Ogre Bulls on the right flank. We got the Noblars pushing out now. Just slow down the advance of the Blue Ogre Kingdom army. But now, everything's turning around and running this way now. Not sure I agree with this. You have to stand your ground somewhere because your opponent's going to be just as fast as you. It's not like you're going to outrun him. Over here, a cannon strike did just destroy quite a few of those lead belchers. Alright, Ogre Bulls coming out to charge each other. Right now it does look like the initiative is with our blue player. He's able to thread the needle and get some Ogre Bulls on top of these lead belchers and start smashing them to pieces. Yeah, right now AC Moore looks like he's on his heels. Does seem that our blue player has some pretty good momentum picking up, but as I say that, on the right flank you can see red ogres are holding firm, and now the lead belchers are starting to get a pretty nice avenue of fire to just shoot down into the left flank of the oncoming blue side. Over here, Iron Blaster continuing to fire away, this time hitting the Man-Ogres with pistols, or the Man-Eaters with pistols. The Great Weapon Man-Eaters back here still protecting it from the Saber Tusk pack, or trying to. One lead belcher has pretty much been dealt with. Over here we got these Gorgers tying down a lot of Ice Powers units. Alright, you can see the armies kind of winding around each other in a clockwise formation, or clockwise fashion. Over here, Gorgers, though, have come in here to stop any advancement from the right flank of AC Moore, and I just don't know. We do see a pretty big break here in Ice Power's line, as a lot of these Ogre Bulls are starting to book it, and the Gorgers are now in combat with the Noblars. Also seen Ice Power's Lord taking some damage. Maybe not being in the best position. Alright, Bull Gorger going down. Ice Power Scrag is taking some damage, but the other Scrag isn't going in there to help him at all, or to help eliminate him at all, so I think he might survive. Blue is starting to take a lead in that balance of power. As we can see in the back line, Saber Tusk Pack removing some of the routing units. It looks like the cannon is already off the field. And Ice Power is starting to pull ahead in a significant way here. Yeah, taking a higher level to see if there's anything we're missing, but doesn't seem to be the case. All right, Ogre King mirror match going to the Ogre Kingdoms. Seeing this Iron Blaster doing a ton of value for Ice Power's army, but really underperforming in the other. I really just disagreed with that decision there to keep on pulling back with his army. I think all it really did was disorganize his front line and allow Ice Power to get better charges off. He was able to get some good plays in there, though. I don't want to take away from that because these Gorgers and Iron Blasters did take out some pretty key units, and you know, got Scrag really danger low and routed him in the battle as well, but just didn't pan out in the end. I think the overwhelming rush and then also just the abundance of firepower with all these tiny Noblar trappers really paid off, because overall one of the weaknesses of the Ogre Kingdoms is just a lack of armor. So Noblar trappers in numbers, I think, turns out quite well for him. Yeah, I gave up too much positioning for falling back. I completely agree with you there, Killeran. Well, at least it crashed after the battle, right? All right, so Ice Power on match point here. The final is still a best of 3, so we'll see if he's able to seal it off 2-0 here, or if AC Moore comes back swinging. So stick around for just another 7 minutes, and we should be into round 2 of their best of 3. I'm going to go lift some weights in between battles, because that's what I do, so I don't feel like a complete piece of shit by sitting on my ass for 6 hours. But, be right back. Yeah, tricks. 7 minutes is a while, especially for the viewer, but it doesn't seem like a lot for the players, but it is necessary to have that cut off. But yeah, it takes a while to pick your armies and choose your to pick your faction and build your armies, so they need some time to do it. But yeah, it takes a while. Is this a corn mirror match now? What is going on here? All right, here we go, guys. That wasn't 7 minutes. We're into round 2 of this best of 3. Let's go remove the army blocker very carefully so the game hopefully doesn't crash. But here we are, Waste of Corn, Corn Wastelands, and we got a Corn mirror match. Looks like these guys are aiming to please the audience with some thematic battles. Alrighty, so let's go ahead and start with our red player, as it is round 2. And going from his right to left, we're going to have Blood Letters of Corn. Looks like we have 5 of them for the front line, and a Chaos Warrior with halberds. We're also going to be taking a look at 2 Cultists of Corn, both of them with their summons, and a Herald of Corn as well. Herald will be on top of a Blood Crusher, and the Cultist will be on top of their Chaos Steeds. We got the 4 Chaos Spawn of Corn backing them up. So this is, yeah, 4 Chaos Spawn, 5 Blood Letters, Herald of Corn, 2 Cultists, and some Halberds backing up the spawn. This is pretty sick. Now, coming over here, we are going to be looking at Ice Power's army. He's also going to have some Blood Letters of Corn. It looks like 5 of them. Oh no, 2 of them will be Exalted Blood Letters of Corn. So he's got 3 regulars, 2 Exalted. He's going to have some Minotaurs of Corn with great weapons. And then we got Scarbrand, the Exiled. He's coming into battle with some of his kit. Got Bellow of Endless Fury, Wrathful Reaper, and Rage Embodied. He's a He's a beast and a bastard. We also have some Fleshhounds of Corn. Looks like 4 of them, to be precise. So he will have a monopoly on mobility in this game, no doubt about that. But we'll see how the melee engagements go. The Chaos Spawn on this side of the army, with all that unbreakable support, should be quite a good anchor. And then you also have the Chaos Warriors of Corn with halberds in the back line. And, you know, this is going to be a tough matchup. I can see it going either way, no doubt about it. I do believe Scarbrand, the Exiled one, is terrifying, though. So we'll see what kind of damage he can get down on top of people. 683 weapon strength right now. Yeah, no skirmishing between these factions, unlike the Warriors of Chaos and the previous Total War title, Warhammer 2. Which is kind of nice. Just going to be seeing Scarbrand, the legendary beast himself, going up against a Herald of Corn and some lowly cultist. Like I say, Chaos Spawn, very good. Excellent weapon strength too at 190 for the Corn spawn. Ooh, nice little fire attack there, doing a touch of damage to some units. Nothing too crazy. Oh, looks like Ice Power is going to be taking some high ground here. And this is just why mobility is so important, people. Because right now you can see Ice Power has this ability to threaten his opponent's flanks, his rear, with impunity. There's really nothing that he needs to worry about. If these heroes come out to fight these Fleshhounds, the Fleshhounds will outnumber them way too much for it to be a safe engagement. So this is an interesting game, but I have to say I do give a bit of an edge to Ice Power just based on the virtue of mobility alone. He can get those rear charges going. Killeran. He just doesn't like to fly. He thinks it makes him look too dainty. Also, he got so yoked, he actually can't fly anymore. Alright, was that... Alright, yeah, so one of the bloodletters coming out here. Going to be seeing another one of those fire attacks from Scarbrand going down. And now he's diving into combat. And in come the Minotaurs with great weapons as well. Alright, Rage Embodied, Locust of Wrath. This is going to be a pretty key engagement. We do see Ice Power's Bloodletters letting up. Exalted Bloodletters, though, coming into the fight now, and they should start doing some serious damage. But I just don't know. Right now, it looks like we're going to be seeing that summon coming from behind. More Bloodletters coming out, and just the sheer number of Bloodletters here for AC Moore is proving to be difficult, I think, for Ice Power to deal with. His army is a bit smaller in terms of infantry. He has 5 infantry, you know, it's on paper equal to his opponent, but then you have to take into account that these cultists are summoning Bloodletters. And the 4 Chaos Spawn are also a huge boon to the infantry engagement. So right now we're seeing more of these Bloodletters coming around. Ice Power's front line pretty much getting demolished, but he still has all of his Flesh Hounds. Only one of them taking any significant damage thus far. And he is getting some nice flanks here, you know, pushing in hard on his right flank into our red player's left. Minotaurs with great weapons, though, getting dragged down pretty hardcore. And suddenly Scarbrand isn't looking super confident in his ability to take this battle. Got to keep in mind these halberds here in the center, too. Going to be very, very difficult to deal with as the game progresses. Alrighty, Exalted Bloodletters coming into combat with some regular old Bloodletters, and it looks like they should hack them to pieces, but they're taking some damage. So I'm not convinced that the Exalted variants are really worth the extra money, to be completely honest, but over here, Flesh Hounds coming in for a rear charge, that should completely end this engagement, so very nice rear charge going in there. Also seeing Scarbrand kind of regrouping with his forces. Exalted Bloodletters losing decisively, though, and they're stuck in combat. They're not going to be able to get out of this. Oh! That was a beautiful cast, though, from Scarbrand. That breath attack going down. Oh. These Cornhounds with their mobility are still going to be very difficult. Oh, and look at this. A beautiful pickup here from Ice Power, seeing some these rampaging Chaos Spawn, and now he's just isolating them as much as he can and going to turn in, surround them, and then crush those Chaos Spawn. He's just picking up any little victory he can, and that's exactly how you have to be playing this. Just eliminate units where the opportunity presents itself. Right now, Minotaurs are great weapons, getting a nice charge into some Chaos Spawn. Bloodletters diving in to support them in that combat. I don't know how much I like that. I feel like they maybe should have just avoided that combat for a little bit longer until they at least just eliminated these Chaos Spawn all by their lonesome. But now it is giving AC Moore an opportunity to dominate and eliminate these Minotaurs and Bloodletters while they're isolated. So I do think that was a bit of a mistake there. A lost opportunity for Scarbrand to flex his Flesh Hounds and just continue removing isolated units. But this isn't over yet. I gotta be clear there. Scarbrand is a monster. His damage increases as he gets kills. He's at 43. I think it's... what is it? Or maybe he doesn't have it? Yeah, I guess I lied. So right now, both players just kind of going into a regroup phase. Red definitely has the balance of power right now. They still have halberds in there. They still have 3 Chaos Spawn. They're tattered, but they're unbreakable. And then he has the triple hero squad, so Scarbrand's got to be careful. He doesn't want to get triple teamed. He could crush any one of these guys on their own, or probably even 2v1. But 3v1, you really don't want to take your chances with the RNG there, because you're getting attacked 3 times for every attack you do. Now, Minotaurs are great weapons, are hidden. Looks like they're kind of coming back here. They have 2 models left. I'm surprised they're coming back. Now Scarbrand is just going to come in to the fight, and we're going to see what happens, but this is probably going to be where Scarbrand gets pinned in place by Chaos Spawn, and he's going to try to do sandwiches with the Fleshhounds, but will it be enough? Over here, Fleshhounds going in for the rear charges. Scarbrand taking some serious damage. He's popping Wrathful Reaper, Horn of Corn, everything he has he's trying to send in here. Fleshhounds continuing to pour into all sides. A very nice full surround there for Scarbrand, but as you can see, the triple team of the hero squad is taking its toll, and Scarbrand is being banished back into the Immaterium, the Chaos Realm. So, just like that, AC Moore fighting to stay alive, getting right back into it. And Killeran, yeah, that was an interesting mirror. So far, both of these matches being fun to see. Scarbrand getting some good damage, especially that last little breath attack thing he did there was quite significant. But the Fleshhounds of Corn maybe just not paying off. And I stand by what I say. Like, I don't... People in the chat, let me know what you think. Let me know if your thoughts and disagreements. I'm eager to hear them. I'm not convinced I like the exalted variants of Bloodletters or really anything like exalted variants or whatever the other ones, the exalted Daemonites of Slaanesh and stuff. I don't know. Somebody let me know, but they just don't seem like they're worth it. Over here, exalted, the Herald of Corn and the 2 cultists, just a really strong team. I like the triple team aspect there of, you know, bringing the 3 hero squad, because even though Scarbrand's a beast, he can't safely go up against 3 heroes at once. You don't have to worry about casters with Corn either, because they can't use magic. So Chaos Spawn, though, I really loved that pick, especially with this very heavy infantry army. Having 4 Chaos Spawn provides the mass, which holds down the large units, and then you have the anti-large here with the halberds and your hero squad to drag anything down that tries to get into that horrible, horrible mosh pit. So let's go here, update that scoreboard, and then see what happens in round 2. But first, let us reboot our game, because, wouldn't you know it, I crashed it again. Result, Corn Man Power minus 500. Yeah, I think having more units does more. Get that surface area. I definitely liked the use of Fleshhounds in Ice Power's army, but overall I think his opponent's army was better put together. I think the triple hero squad was quite good. And don't get me wrong, bring Scarbrand, but maybe bring some cultist with him. You can put him on foot if you don't want to pay too much, but then you can still get those summons and you know, ditch the exalted heroes. Because I like Scarbrand. I want to see Legendary Lords, no doubt, but he needed a bit more meat on the bones of that army to take care of those Chaos Spawn. Actually, for most of the chaos, they all seem to lack armor, so the extra AP does not really seem worth it. Are you talking about exalted bloodletters? Do they have, is that their thing? So armor piercing 31, 13 base. Oh yeah, you just get extra. I mean, they do more damage overall too, but it's just all extra armor piercing. So yeah, they get better charge bonus, more health, more armor, more leadership, more attack, more defense. I mean, they're better all around. There's no doubt about it. But I just... What is it? 350 extra? Oh no, 400 extra. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, at that point, like, how much is it to fully rank up a regular bloodletter? Probably still less than this one, and then I think the stats would probably be pretty much comparable minus fire damage. So I guess exalted bloodletters could be useful against like vampire counts or like anywhere where fire damage would be useful, but otherwise I don't know. Might just not bring them. And then against vampires too, it's like, I think honestly you might, well no, these guys don't have immune to psychology, which is stupid. So I was gonna say these Corn Warriors would probably be a good idea. They have great stats and armor, unlike the bloodletters. Yeah, 400 gold. So I just don't see it being worth it, really, ever. You have other things in this army that can do fire damage for you. I don't know, man. I guess we'll see. We had a Kislev mirror, a Khorne mirror. Maybe we'll get another mirror. Maybe we won't. Who knows? If you had to see another... Oh, no, it was Ogre Kingdom's mirror and then Khorne mirror. So if we have to see another mirror... what would we want it to be? Slaanesh, obviously, because we haven't seen Slaanesh today. Alright, we got Kislev picked by Ice Power, which actually matches his name quite nicely, if I do say so myself. It looks like we might have a Kislev Sinch matchup. Dwarves where? Hey, Kelgar Iron Fist. Are you a dwarf yourself, like literally in real life? Just with a name like that, I would expect it. my beer like I like my women stout and bitter. Overwhelming power of the Tzinch. Guess we'll find out, man. Kislev is coming. Hey, Pneumothorax. I plan on doing a domination tournament next weekend. So to start off, I'll go back and forth on occasion to see what the audience thinks, what I think, what the players think. I think I prefer land battles. If they made a domination mode where it was one control point, I think I would go to that, because that would get rid of all the rule complaints about white line camping and draw kiting. But the 3 control points in domination mode right now, I don't know. I'm just not sold on it necessarily. But we're going to try it out next weekend, and we'll try it out from, see what people think from there. And going forward, we will do more or less depending on how we feel. Yeah, I'm glad you are. I've definitely had people on both ends of the spectrum. I've had some people reaching out to me asking to do domination tournaments and vice versa. So I'm just, trying to get the best of both worlds at first, do some experimenting, and take it from there. I also think it would be, if I do domination tournaments, I think they'll be best of 1 just because they seem to take longer. And then for the final, it would probably be best of 3, but the tiebreaker match would be a land battle or something along those lines. So we'll see. Yeah, I've heard that before, Pink Pony Night. I haven't enjoyed watching him very much. Alright, Ice Power is ready to go. All right, here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Loading into the battle map now. It's the tiebreaker. Winner takes all from here, so get ready. We're going to be looking here at Kislev versus Tzinch, and it's going to be good. So starting back with our blue player, we're going to be looking at a pretty healthy cavalry force. We got 4 Kossovite dervishes. We're going to have 3 units of light war sleds. Then we're going to have 5 Kossars, with their axe and bow. Got 2 units of winged lancers. I adore these units. Winged lancers are like Empire Knights on steroids. I love them. We then have 2 units of Patriarch, these heroes here. One is going to be bringing Salyak's Lullaby for healing. The other one is going to be bringing Song of Winter Sunlight for the vigor restoration. Salyak's Lullaby and Tor's Battle Hymn. And then we have Tsarina Katerin with Arcane Conduit and By Our Blood. I do believe that is going to be it. And now we're going over to the forces of Tzeentch. We have 5 Forsaken of Tzeentch. Going to have 3 Blue Horrors. We also have 2 of the Chaos Knights of Tzeentch, who I absolutely adore. These guys are awesome. We have an Exalted Lord of Change, who we'll come back to in just a moment. Also going to be looking here at 3 Chaos Furies. And for this Lord of Change, going to be seeing... Oops. Plague of Rust and Searing Doom with Greater Arcane Conduit. Wow, I can become famous. Thank you, guys.
The great orthodoxy protects you.
Chosen One, I didn't know you were a spam bot.
Take not one step backwards.
I'm glad they fixed up the ice animations. They look much better than they did at first in the trailers. It's going to be interesting because Tzeentch doesn't outgun this Kislev army. So they're definitely going to have to rush. I mean, that looks like what they were intending to do anyways with all the Forsaken and Knights they have. But guess we shall see. Kislev, we'll have to look out for those final transmutations. If all the heroes get bunched up with the sleds, that will be a prime opportunity for one of those to come down and hit all 6. But as long as he stays cognizant of that, he should be in an okay spot. Lord of Change is coming in to fight. I think he might be trying to bait a blob. We will see, though. Right now, Bear Cab continuing to fire away. Alright, love to see this. Dervishes coming out to counter the Chaos Furies. These Cosfight Dervishes coming in to help the hero squad escape. But now it looks like the Lord of Change... Oh no, never mind. Patriarchs are getting out of this combat, but one of them is stuck here. And now the Cosfight Dervishes just got rear charged by Chaos Knights, and they are getting smashed. Unfortunately, this bad boy over here is going to be all by his lonesome. So, Searing Doom going down and devastating those Cosfight Dervishes. The other Patriarch has come back to support his brother in arms. And the Bear Sleds are pushing forward. Really liking this Kislev army. Over here, going to be seeing the Forsaken getting the Heart of Winter upgraded thrown down on top of them. And you can see their speed getting debuffed. significantly and also doing just so much damage to him. Alright, here it goes. Costfight Dervishes diving in. It's the sacrificial lamb to buy some time for the war sleds to run away. Looks like the winged lancers are also not going to be committing to that engagement, just going to let their archers do the talking for now. Over here, one of the patriarchs looks like he's about to go down, though. As you can see here, he's getting surrounded, a terror route kicking in, and that's a very nice pickup for Tzeentch here at this stage of the battle. Balance of power dead even. Over here, Forsaken getting charged by the bear cav, though, or bear chariots, bariots, if you will. And they're doing so much damage. Decent weapon strength. They do armor piercing in their melee combat as well as their missile damage. So this is a painful thing for all these poor infantry units here. And I say poor, they're all demons of chaos, but you know what I mean. Over here is Tsarina Katerin, though, getting into a very bad position, stuck in between some Forsaken, and now she's going to get shot to pieces, and I have no idea what in the world she was thinking. Going out there, she has nobody nearby her, the chariots are running away, and now she may go down for the count, and that could lose the game right there. Over here, Tsarina Katerin getting support from the Patriarch, but she is taking a ton of damage. Looks like she may be able to escape there. Bear chariots coming over, and now the winged lancers coming in for a beautiful charge, hitting those Forsaken and everyone else in the rear, giving Katerin and her Patriarch a moment to escape. But here comes Syrian Doom, and that's going to do so much damage on top of those poor winged lancers. They're going to get out there. Took almost a quarter damage from it. Once they're in Katerin, once again though, Katerin is staying in combat. The Chaos Knights of Tzeentch are coming in to chase the bear cav. Looks like they're going to turn around to run though. And considering they're faster than the Chaos Knights, they should be able to keep ahead and just kite them to death if they need to. Kosovoite Dervishes really playing a very important role in this battle so far. They are just diving in and clogging gaps to allow other units to escape. Right now, Tsar Katerin running away from the Lord of Change. He's doing so much damage to her. The Patriarch is coming in, though, and the Bear Cav is nearby to support. So we will see what happens. Salyak's Lullaby, very much needed right now. Alright, Winged Lancers coming in here for a flank charge, trying to save Katerin. Chaos Knights of Tzeentch over here, though, coming in for a big charge in just a moment. Syrian Doom getting cast. Oh, no. Tsarina Katerin going down, and then the Chaos Knights of Tzeentch getting a nice charge into the Winged Lancers, who look like they may have gotten a last-minute counter charge off against them. So we will see what happens here. Chaos Knights of Tzeentch actually look like they're pulling through and weren't actually engaging those Winged Lancers, so they took a lot of damage there. In comes the Unbreakable trait that goes down right when a unit is about to waver and rout. So that's buying Kislev a little bit of time there. The Winged Lancers defending their homeland. I know some people aren't a big fan of that faction passive, but I think it's pretty cool. Alright, Winged Lancers here coming in for a charge. Going to be hitting all these guys while they're running away, trying to prevent them from getting their shield back by the looks of it. And the Bear Cav is pushing along the left flank to get some firepower in there. So right now, still anybody's game, but Tsarina Katerin is dead. And that's going to be a big loss for Icepower. But as you can see, his army has still put out more damage value than Tzeentch. But will he be able to clean up enough of these units before the Lord of Change returns? He still has a Patriarch on the field. He still has the Bear Chariots, and he still has some Winged Lancers who are now charging into the Chaos Knights of Tzeentch, and they haven't been able to regenerate that barrier as of yet. So, if they can eliminate the Chaos Knights of Tzeentch right now, they may be able to do this, but I do think the Chaos Knights they need to focus on. Why? Because they're the things with the mass that can hold the chariots in place for the Lord of Change to kill. But these guys are running low on ammunition. Looks like we see the Bear Chariots are going to take a different avenue, which actually, you know, I didn't think of it. Like, I didn't think of this, but I think it actually is a good move now that I look at it. But Yeah, here he is coming for a rear charge to try to regroup with some of the Kossars who are fighting these blue horrors. And so long as he takes care of these blue horrors, you know, he'll get some infantry support to be with him. Over here, the Patriarch is just fighting all by his lonesome, but it doesn't look like Chaos has been able to take advantage of that and completely eliminate him from the field yet. Over here, he's just kind of trying to get out of combat, but not having the most luck. Alright, then we come over to this way. Forsaken of Siege getting charged by the bear sleds. But in come the Chaos Knights of Siege. And now it's looking like Kislev may not have enough to deal with them. Alright, they're running away, trying to regenerate that shield by the looks of it. Syrian Doom coming in. Alright, looks like the bear sleds are trying to get us around on top of one of the Chaos Knights of Siege. It is losing decisively. The armor piercing on top of the bear sleds means they aren't completely hopeless in combat. And now here comes the other Patriarch. The Patriarch coming in. Going to start hitting those knights. Does he have Salyak's Lullaby? Yes, he does. He's healing everybody around him now. Will it be enough to change the tide, though? Terror is such a powerful thing in this game, and as you can see, some of these bears are getting terrified. The Patriarch going to get into combat now with the Lord of Change, but he has Chaos Knights in here supporting him, so I just don't know. There it is, Siege getting the victory. AC Moore going to come back from a 0-1 deficit to take 2 games in a row and win the final for the first tournament of Season 10 of the HW League. Some beautiful games between both of these players. These Chariots just getting boohoo value, as you can see. I really love the Winged Lancers. I know, you know, compared to Chaos Knights of Siege, they really don't hold a candle, but keep in mind they're, you know, just over half the price. So they're definitely, you know, punching at their weight level there, but these Chaos Knights of Siege just so deadly. Between them and the Lord of Change, they were just having a field day, and really that was the win condition for this Siege army. I think Kislev did a good job against a lot of their infantry, the bear sleds and the cavalry, but at the end he just wasn't. I think he needed to use a lot of his, like, turn these guys off fire at will mode and make sure you are shooting the Siege Knights anytime they come near you. I think that should have been the main priority, because these bear sleds, the Lord of Change and the Knights are the only things in this army that I think could really kill him. I think the bear sleds, as we saw, do very well against Forsaken, and no doubt against Blue Horrors. They have good weapon strength. They just have to keep moving because their defense is horrible, but they get a lot of damage and armor piercing. So yeah, this was a great game. I liked both players' armies. I liked watching both of these players go at it. It seemed like a very even match to me. And yeah, thank you guys for tuning in for the first tournament of the season. First tournament of Warhammer 3. Can you believe it, chat? Strange times. We're into a new era. But on that note, I'm going to get out of here, do some chores, and I'll let you know if I'm going to be streaming later, whether it be Elden Ring or Warhammer 3. Just keep an eye on the Discord and I'll let you know. But you guys are awesome. Thank you for tuning in. Siege seems like a pretty strong guy, but we'll see what happens. I think I'm going to get in here, maybe try to give Nurgle some love, and Kislev, no doubt. But on that note, a huge congratulations to AC Moore. Big shout out to XMT Ice Power. And as always, a big thank you to my admins, Romulan Dog, Iron Thunder. Y'all are the best. Iron Thunder, I don't know where I'd be without you, my friend. And then last but never least, let's give a big shout out to all the new followers and subscribers. We got Loki216, Chili Putty, Hammerfall, and the Night Fiend. Thank you all so much for the follows. I do appreciate the support. And make right face for the resub. That's 6 months of subscriptions. Thank you so much for the support, my friends. 6 months, it means a lot. So everybody, take care of yourself. My son HW signing out from here. And wouldn't you know it, my game crashed again, so perfect timing. But yeah, everybody, take care. My son HW signing out. See you on the battlefield.